What is up, guys? Welcome to Loveshack Entertainment. Today we're bringing you another deck profile video. This one we have not yet done on the channels. This would be Raidraptors. So some people have requested this, and obviously it's the hot button deck right now with Wing Raiders just coming out and all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this, and if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or things you'd like to say, feel free to drop a comment down below, and we will get back to you. So for the monsters, triple Raidraptor Fuzzy Linnaeus. This one you can special summon from your hand if you have a Raidraptor on your field. Also, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can add another Fuzzy Linnaeus from your deck to your hand. So both of those effects are once per turn, but it's a great combo piece for the deck because of how quickly it gets your plays going. Triple Vanishing Linnaeus. So this one, during the turn, it's normal or special summon. You can special summon an additional Raidraptor from your hand. So obviously these interact with copies of themselves, but there are other Raidraptors, obviously level 4s, that you can utilize with it as well. So that's definitely a 3 of just because of how good it is. Triple Mimicry Linnaeus. This includes an effect that once per turn during the turn it was normal or special summon. You can boost the level of all Raidraptor monsters you control by 1, which does allow you to bring out Raidraptor Blaze Falcon, but most of the time that's not really like a great play. It's just something that you can do. You could also, I guess, bring out 5s too, but what it's really good for is if during the turn it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish it, you can add a Raidraptor from your deck to your hand. So that's what makes it really good, and it combos well with stuff, especially Raidraptor Tribute Linnaeus. So during the turn this is normal or special summon, you can send one Raidraptor card from your deck to the graveyard. So you summon this, mill him, and then you can search a Fuzzy, and you can make an Exceed, and you can really get your plays going. So 2 Linnaeus, you could play 3, it's just that it is a bit bricky later in the game. Definitely good to make sure that you open with it, though. So that's, you know, player preference. Also, it does include an effect that if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add a quick play rank up magic card from your deck to your hand. We don't play any of the quick play ones, so it's not really important in this particular build, but if you are playing it, you know, it's also worth noting. 2 Singing Linnaeus. This card's awesome, probably the MVP of the main deck, but the fact is it is a little bricky sometimes too. If you control an Exceed monster, you can special summon it from your hand. This kind of allows you to further your plays by getting a Force Strix out and then kind of putting more things, or a Direwolf even. Just a really good card in general, and I love to see it most of the time. 2 Sharp Linnaeus. So I'm not hugely fond of this card, especially not at 2, but right now it is what it is. This card, during the turn, is normal or special summon. You can target a monster on the field, change its battle position, and then also if it attacks during this turn, you can special summon a Raidraptor from your graveyard during main phase 2. So it's a decent card, a little weak bit 1700, but at least it can run over some things if it switches over to defense. 1 Raidraptor Loveshack. I'm not a big fan of this card. I started out with 3 when I built the deck initially, and then I cut it down to 2, and then I cut it down to 1. I understand its necessity because you contribute it to special summon a Raidraptor from your extra deck. It gets returned during the end phase, but of course you can use stuff like Direwolf or Icarus Attack, whatever, to get it off the field. And it does set up some of your combo plays for other rank up magics. But the fact is it's really slow, and it's level 1, so it has no synergy with the rest of the deck. It does include an effect that lets you special it from your hand during damage calculation, so I guess it's okay as far as, you know, swarming the field or whatever, but more often than not, I don't really like to see this, and if I do want to see it, it's going to be early in the game, so I only like it at 1. 1 Summoner Monk. This is amazing in here. It really does fuel your plays so much. I like to focus on combos with Direwolf and Force Strix more than anything else, and the ability to get Monk out and have extra field presence is amazing, especially with like Fuzzy Linnaeus. I would almost consider playing it at 2. I just only have 1 right now, and right now I've only managed to find the space for 1. But I can't say enough good things about this card in the deck. Plus, being a dark, it also is a target for a Lure of Darkness and things like that. And then finally, 2 Effect Failure. I've opted to go with this over Breakthrough Skill because Breakthrough just dead draws so much, and it's dead on your first turn if you go first. Sorry, if you go second. So at least if you have this, you have the opportunity to slow down opponents' Monarchs plays or things like that. For spells, triple Rank Up Magic MVP card. No, it's actually Rank Up Magic Soul Shave Force. So you pay half your life points, special summon a Raidraptor Exceed from your graveyard, and then rank it up into a monster that is 2 ranks higher. AKA, you bring back your Force Strix, and you rank it up into an Infinity. Now, there is no limitation on the amount of times you can play this card during the turn. So if you're able to get multiple Force Strix in the grave through Direwolf combos, you can put multiple Infinities on board and essentially lock your opponent down. I've done this a lot to relative success against certain builds. It does struggle a little bit against Monarchs, and it's one of the things I'm hoping to improve on by being able to counter those decks. But for the most part, this is really what, you know, the core of the deck is in terms of being able to do that. So this card's amazing. It's definitely necessary at 3. You want to see it as soon as possible just for the security of having it. And then 2 Rank Up Magic Raid Force. I may cut this down to 1 and try a different rank up magic. This one lets you target any Xyz you control and rank it up into a Raidraptor. So you can turn your Cowboy into a Blaze Falcon or your Rebellion into a Blaze Falcon, whatever. It's really good in combo with Lastrix, but the thing is when you're only playing, when your extra deck space is so limited, you don't really have a ton of different options with it. So good card, probably going to end up cutting it to put in a different rank up magic, but I'm not sure. One Nest, really good card. The problem is you can't stack the effects, so you really only need 1. If you control 2 or more Raidraptors, you can add 1 Raidraptor monster from your hand or graveyard, deck or graveyard to your hand, rather. Awesome card, obviously easy to combo. 2 Instant Fusion, because Norden is amazing in here, and it really does enable you to get cards like Direwolf out as quickly as possible, so really just is what it is, and also does combo well with Vanishing Linnaeus as well. 2 Twin Twisters, because obviously this deck is hurt, by Domain and other things, and there's some things like Mimicry that you don't even mind putting in grave. 1 Soul Charge, I would play this at 10 if I could. It's probably the best card the deck has access to. Just being able to swarm the field and drop multiple infinities as a result of those combos makes this card awesome. And then 1 Foolish Burial, because it's pretty much a free Rhoda with Mimicry, and there's no reason not to play it. Sorry. And then for traps, 2 Raptors Gust. This is a counter trap card. If you control a Raidraptor, negate a spell or trap that is activated, so good card. 2 Icarus Attack. Again, amazing tribute to Wing Beast. Pop 2 cards on the field. So if you do use this in combo with Lastrix, you can make sure you have a target engraved for Doomforce, as well as other things. 2 Call the Haunted, another really good card. Also, shenanigans with chaining it to an MST or a Twin Twister. Bring back your Mimicry Linnaeus, be able to use its effect, whatever. All sorts of different things you can do. And then 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, and 1 Xyz Reborn. These are basically just 1-ups, obviously. Xyz Reborn's pretty good, especially with 4 Strix, and these are just, pendulum outs. More of the deck is based on monster combos than anything else. And finally, sorry for the extra deck, there would be triple Raidraptor 4 Strix. This is from Wing Raiders. Basically, 2 level 4 monsters attach a material, add a dark level 4 Wing Beast from your deck to your hand, aka pretty much your entire deck. Searches the deck, plus it does get a attack and defense boost for every other Wing Beast you control. 2 Cyber Dragon Infinity. Easy to make, amazing card. Obviously, everyone knows what Cyber Dragon Infinity is. 2 Diamond Direwolf. Honestly, the card that makes this deck work as well as it does, at least this version of the build. You can pop Beast, Wing Beast, or Beast Warriors, and all your monsters are Wing Beasts. So basically, you pop your Exceed, and then you bring it back, you make Infinity, and you never have to worry about that being a dead card. 1 Fiend Eagle. You never make this, legitimately, but you can bring it out with Lastrix and then rank it up into something. So it's worth it to play the 1 just because of the combos. 1 Castell, 1 Shark, 1 Cowboy, 1 Dark Rebellion. Just other rank 4s that aren't Raidraptors that are definitely worth playing. 2 Norden, because, again, Instant Fusion. And then 1 Raidraptor Blaze Falcons. It's one of those things that you could play at 2, but the fact that we're going to cut Doomforce down makes it so you really don't necessarily need it. The thing I do want to mention, too, is Satellite Cannon Falcon, which we have to kind of look into a little bit more, and just, see what it does exactly and where it would fit into this build. But, yeah, so that's pretty much the deck. Again, it's more so focused on the combos with Direwolf, Infinity, 4 Strix, etc., but it's worked out really well so far. So this is a different version of probably straight up Raptors, but it seems to be really consistent and work out well. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I ask you to leave us a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, because I know there's 3 of you that like to leave thumbs down. And then feel free to drop a comment down below and subscribe if you are not subscribed already. But until next time, I will see you right here at Loveshack Entertainment.